IF3C is sponsored by Elgato Gaming for the best gaming quality videos. And that time is now. Spinner! We got a spinner! Sean Grant! Tatani's on the ground! Oh no!
Oh, that was.
And Willows somehow managed to keep his foot down and he's taken the lead. James Willows takes the first win of the day here at Plantash. He wins the sprint race. And the lights are underway. Oh, Willows is gone.
Wow, that is. How did he lose that one?
With him, and he is going for it. Come on, Michael, that's not NASCAR.
He's fully got it done in the second time.
Joshua Anderson takes the second race win of the day. Is around about now. Going to Grant looking to the inside. Oh, okay. Tatani up and he's made contact with Bossman. There was no way he could have. Sorry, Grant. There was no way he could have avoided that. And Renmore's up in the background. Oh, dearie me. What on earth? Tatani and Renmore off at the last corner. Yes, we do. Around the final corner, Joshua Anderson takes his second win of the season. Fantastic stuff. Orange finishes second. Willows went off at the last corner, but he's just about into fourth. Is he going to keep the lead? It's go time. There's a bit of a technical problem there. And oh. A bit of argy-bargy there. I don't know what on earth happened there. And Willows is gone. Willows is gone. He's lost it. I wouldn't be surprised if he packs it up right now. And he's retired. He's done it at last. Matthew Redmore wins. From Tsukuba in Japan, we cross over to another venue in Japan, but this time we are off to the famous Twin Ring Motegi circuit, specifically the East Course. This is a fantastic venue and it should produce some exciting races today. It's going to be a challenge for the drivers, especially with a lot of tight turns, and tyres are going to be dependent today, especially in this heat that Japan has at the moment. Let's hope for a good race today and hope there could be a twist in this season's title. It was a cracking race and we want more, with our boost this time. Hello everyone, my name's Joseph Willows and welcome to the third race meeting here at the Twin Ring Motegi circuit, specifically the East Course. A fantastic venue, another Japanese round, and it should be a challenge for the drivers, especially with a lot of tight turns. Before we get anywhere, let's have a quick look at the Drivers' Championship. So here is the Drivers' Championship. As you can see, Joshua Anderson currently leads the championship on 68 points, and James Willows second on 47. Matthew Tatani is third on 38 points, and Matthew Redmore fourth on 31. Matt Hoyt is fifth on 26 points with a tight 6. Michael Warren is sixth on 21 points, and Sean Grant seventh on 21 points as well. William Miller is in 8th on 16 points, doing with the 6 drivers with 37 points on the board. On 10th Miller taking Conan Wells, Wade Peter, Connor Smith, Liam Calvasis, and Bradley Carter. That is the Drivers' Championship, and will Joshua Anderson increase his lead again, or will James catch up and put the miserations of Tsukuba behind him? Right, let's have a look now at the track guide and also the grid for the sprint race. Here we are then on a lap of the Motegi East Course, coming around the last corner, down the straight now, and we're about to start the lap round about now. Here we go, down the straight now. This is a very long straight, very long pit straight. Down the straight you're going to be doing about 100. Can we get up to 130? Yes, you do over 130 miles an hour through there. Down to turn 1, bring it down to third gear. Lose it a little bit there, the driver did there. It's very easy to lose the rear end. Through turn 2, flat through turn 3 as well. You have to be brave, and through here is flat, just missing the apex, so you can quickly flick it back to the left to get the perfect line and hopefully not lose too much time. up, down through this straight now. Braking into turn 6, you have to brake down to 3rd gear yet again, then put the power down as soon as you can. Now through turn 7, this is a flat out right-hander, flat out as you can, don't lift, it's very easy, it is an easy corner, not very hard at all. Now through here, you can take it flat, but I suggest you lift and use a tiny bit of braking down to 4th gear, through turns 8 and 9 through there. Now coming into turn 10, which is the second to last corner, braking very hard now, send it down to 3rd gear again, get back on the power as soon as you can. Now down this little straight towards the last corner as we go down now, braking down into 3rd gear, no 2nd gear I should say, down 2 gears and then down the straight now, and that is a lap of the Motegi East course. So, let's have a look at the grid then, and as you can see, it is Matthew Redmore again on pole position. Since his first win, he can't stop taking pole. James Willis is in 2nd, with Matthew Tatani 3rd. Joshua Anderson is in 4th, with Matt Orange 5th, and Sean Grant does not start today after he had a technical problem. He took part in qualifying, but the team were not able to fix it. So, he would have started 6th, but he's not. And it means so then, apart from Sean Grant, the other 8 that did not start were Michael Moran, William Neller, Ted Nowakowski, Conan Welsh, Waze Cuba, Connor Smith, Liam Calvatis and Bradley Carter. Those 8 did not start. Right, let's go back to the studio for the final win.
Yes, it's once again Matthew Redmore on pole position, getting the extra point for pole position. Can he get his 2nd ever league race win? Well, let's find out, because it's time for the sprint race here. So, I'll pass you over to our commentators, Milton Hamlin and Josh Total.
And welcome to Motegi. I'm Josh Total, along with my good friend Milton Hamlin. As always, he's not sounding brilliant today.
Yeah, I'll get through it though. It's nothing major.
Yeah, we're here at Motegi, and this is a technical track. It's another Japanese round. What do we expect?
Well, there's a lot of long straights here, a lot of overtaking opportunities. I would definitely say that, there's a chance of overtaking here. Oh, the lights are green already, but, that might just be Japanese electrics for you. We just have to wait for the start, I guess.
It was like last Tuscaba, because we had some Japanese problems there, back to the television. Hopefully that's not an issue today, as we're waiting. Again, a long build-up for the sprint. You have to check through a lot of stuff on the car. Grant's not starting because he had a technical problem, and we should be underway. Because of the light problem, we have no idea, but they should be underway, I say, round about probably now. Here they go. It looks like a good start for Redmore. Willows having a look, but I think Redmore has the speed. Anderson's gone up to 30, tucked up behind Willows. He's trying to get 2nd place off the unbraked. But has he got him? No. Willows keeps his line through there. Through turn 1. Very clean start from all of them. Well done. That's what we want to see. Redmore leads. Willows 2nd. Anderson 3rd. Tatani 4th. And Orange down in 5th.
Yeah, good start from everyone. Very clean start. And, no major incidents. That sets the rest of the race up very well. Top 4 quite near each other. This might prove to be interesting.
Exactly. As we go into turn number, I believe this is turn 5. There's Redmore going through perfectly. And Tatani's off. Tatani is off the track. And what on earth happened there? Did he go too fast or something?
Yeah, on the replay, he just didn't get enough track in the turning.
Yeah, and that's put him back, and now he's behind Orange. Orange has now finally moved up a position. But the question is, will that put the test of no boost? That's going to be put to the test, whether that Tatani could catch up. As there's Anderson, and he's in 3rd position. He's trying to gain on James Willis at the moment, but they seem to be spread out at the moment, so the leaderboard looks like this. Redmore leads, Willows 2nd. Anderson is in 3rd position, with Orange 4th, and Tatani in 5th. As Anderson goes a little bit ragged through that last corner, and but nothing too serious. He hasn't lost a position or anything, or lost a bit of track position. Let's look at Redmore. This guy is very talented indeed. He's proven that after Tuscaba, he wants more wins. So here's a replay at the start.
Yeah, well, he got a very good start being the pole position man as well. As did Willows Anderson. I think the only person who gained a place at the start there, to be fairly honest with you. I think he must have got the jump on Tatani at the start. Otherwise, I don't think he would have got there. It's just taken me up. He just got a massively better start. Just right on the line, on the lights out. He just went straight on. then Titani was helpless to avoid that, and then, as you'll see, he tries to have a go at Willows here, tries to nab him down the inside, but maybe he thinks outside, sorry, but he thinks, hang on, maybe I'd better think better of it. Yeah, and he obviously did this corner here, right, I'd better, think better of this, and, well, it would be better if I didn't. Lots of betters in that sentence.
Yep, definitely. As Anderson now trying to catch up with Willows yet again, but the bit spread out. We can't make a mistake on here. And speaking of mistake, Willows has gone a little bit ragged through that corner. And I think they did. And now look at Anderson. He's looking to the outside for the last corner. Can he get him? No, Willows keeps the second place for now. Orange trying to join into the battle as well. They're battling again, Milton.
Oh, yeah, we've seen this so many times. I mean, Redmore's taken an absolute charge for the lead, but then, these three are all fighting it out too. And look at this camera angle. This is unique to Motegi, isn't it?
That is a fantastic camera angle. I love that. Seeing the cars going down that hill at very high speed, and it just makes a camera rumble. I love it. As the second, third, and fourth, I was about to say top three, but they're not in the top three. Well, second, third, and fourth, I should say. Very close together, and Orange waiting for any opportunity from the pair of them, wanting to have a mistake from them, as Anderson breaking a little early, and Orange is trying to capitalise on it on the outside, but Anderson keeps his line through there. He just broke early. I don't know what Anderson was thinking there.
I think when he hit the brakes, I think his car got a bit loose. The back end tried to step over. He managed to correct it, but then he couldn't really correct it. Oh, and that's very loose.
That is loose. He spun. Anderson has spun from third place. Question is, can he catch up to that fight again? Because we haven't got the boost, and it's going to be hard for the drivers to catch up, so they've got to really work hard. As we look at Redmore, he's about to finish lap 3 here, so Redmore leads, Willow second, Orange third, it's Anderson in fourth with Titani in fifth position, lap 4 of the race. As no mistakes so far, and they're getting a bit spread out now, the pack are, thanks to the no boost that we have. And Titani's up to fourth. Has Anderson made another mistake?
I think he might have. As you see, he has the thing he had earlier. Yeah, that was just it. That was just a problem with the instability of the car. And that's what got Orange ahead. And that's, that was unfortunate. They coming in the last corner, and he just went way wide. So maybe he's just problems with the instability of the rear end of the car. Maybe he's got understeer or oversteer. It's just that car is not set up the way he'd like it, I think, and that's really affected him.
Exactly. And now it's a two-horse fight for second place. His great friend Orange. Like we said at Tuscaba, these two are great friends, but they don't look like it when they're on the track.
Yeah, everything changes as soon as you hit a bit of tarmac, Yeah, even the greatest friends can become better rivals.
Yeah, as Willow's getting a little bit out of shape through there. Can Orange capitalise, but he's not close enough to make a move on Willow's just yet. Titani looks like he's caught up a little bit, but he'll have a challenge as Willows and Orange are very quick drivers.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the lap times here. I've got the lap times up here. It does seem they're very long laps that they're doing on this circuit. So 21 laps of this might be a bit longer than we might have been expecting.
Yeah, it is very long indeed, because the last round we had 20 and 40 laps. This one is 21 and 42, but this track seems a little longer than Tuscany. So will the stewards be having a look at these laps?
I think there might be. I'm not totally sure. If the race ends up being too long, they might. I don't know what they're going to do about it. I mean, obviously the feature race is supposed to be 30 minutes, but the sprint about 15. As we see Anderson here, maybe that'll affect the drivers later on, as we got a bit of a technical problems with the camera here, but they seem to resolve themselves. I think they might be having a look at that.
Japanese television, by the way.
Yeah, but I think they might be having a look at this, to be fairly honest. I think, if the race ends up being too long, they might have to take action. I don't know. I mean, because, well, if this is the sprint race we're supposed to be doing, but it ends up being the length of the feature race, that really messes things up.
Yeah, it's actually 14 minutes that we're supposed to be doing for the feature race, if you're wondering. But you were right, and about 20 for the sprint race. But, yeah, it does seem a little bit long. This looks like to be a little bit of a... I don't know how long this race will be, but we'll see. As Anderson trying to catch up to Mr. Titani over there from Australia. So, I don't think Dusty... Titani was expecting Anderson in his mirrors.
Yeah, he does have a tendency to catch up quite quickly. I mean, that's why he's the championship leader. He's obviously got pace. But maybe Titani's not having as good day as he would like. Maybe Anderson's just putting the hammer down.
Yeah, exactly. But is the fact that we haven't got boost affecting him? And is it affecting the race at all? As Orange has a look at Willows for second place. This seems to be the only battle on track at the moment. He's tucked up behind Willows. Can he get the position? Willow's going defensive down the straight. And here comes my favourite camera again. Down the straight here. He's having a look on the outside. Here comes the camera roundabout. Now look at that camera. Fantastic. We shouldn't keep going on about cameras as Orange couldn't get the position off Willow, so Willow's very good at his defending right there.
Yeah, just at the end of the straight there, they were almost too wide there, which is definitely what you like to see, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So we could have a better camera angle, but, you know, the East course, do you think it's a right length for this track?
Well, I think the track's a bit, personally, I think the track's a bit long for the amount of laps that have been set, but it's not really my call here, it's the steward's call, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But the track seems very good for an F3 car. As you can see, Redmore really flat out through there. Clearly, everyone was thinking Anderson was the favourite to win, but Redmore just seems to, when he got here, just put his foot down straight away, thinking, right, we've got this Anderson guy in this league. I want to beat him.
Well, it's a very optimistic attitude to take, isn't it? But I don't think Josh is going to be very happy about it. He's probably going to think, yeah, you're a new guy here, but I'm not going to take it easy on you.
Exactly, because Redmore has had some league racing experience, and just recently he finally took his first ever F1 league race win for a change. But IF3C got him his first ever league race win, so not really much of a difference. As you can see, Anderson has a little bit of a helmet change. He's gone for an open visor this weekend.
Yeah, I know. I mentioned this last round, didn't I, as well? He went for a slightly different helmet design, you know, because he's leading the championship now. So, you know, he's decided, you know, maybe, hey, I'm going to go for these new helmet while I'm leading the championship. See if it, you know, people change helmets all the time, you know, but, well, evidently not at IF3C.
Yeah, exactly. Orange, very close to Willows, but he can't find a way past. There's Anderson really struggling to catch up to Tatani. Clearly, the fact that we haven't got boost is really affecting him.
Yeah, that's a massive effect, I think. It's definitely shut the race up a bit. He can't catch up off as quickly as now, you know, as it could have. And I don't, you know, it's the only real battle on track happening between Orange and Willows. Yeah, I think it's definitely changed the dynamics of the race.
Yeah, exactly. The drivers were requesting this, by the way, but clearly it's probably not working at the moment. So maybe the stewards will have to think of something. As they say, they always put the driver first.
Yeah, that's what's important in motorsport. You know, it's important to please the drivers and the fans, but the drive, you know, you can't please the fans if you don't have any drivers. And look at that!
Orange down the outside, but Willows squeezes him a little bit. Luckily, he didn't shove him off the track, but he keeps second place. But I don't think Orange is going to give up that easily down the straight. And but Orange just not close enough, is he? Besides, this ain't Formula 1 at the end of the day, so no DRS.
And that is a very brave move. He just planted on him there. Sorry about that, but
he's going to the inside. Can he get him? Side
too
by
wide
side.
round there.
And somehow Willows keeps second place. Fantastic driving from the pair of them.
I'm telling you, know, that was a very brave move he landed on him there. I mean, I probably wouldn't see many people do that myself. I mean, that's a move that only a few people ever even think of trying. And Willows gets a bit slightly rougher on there. He would have liked it.
Why did they call it to Redmore? What's happened to Redmore? Here's a replay.
Well, I don't think he did. He
slowed.
Yeah, he slowed down for some reason. I don't know. Maybe he got a penalty for cutting the track. I don't know.
There is no penalties, but I think he's got a little bit of a technical problem, and somehow the system must have restarted in his car, but that has cost him a lot of time.
I've got absolutely no idea what happened there.
Yeah. So, as we look at Orange now, still struggling to find a way past Willows. He's going to have to work extra hard, as he knows his great friend is an aggressive driver. Oh! How lucky was that?
Yeah, the front end just decided it wasn't going to comply, but he managed to keep hold of it there. Luckily, nothing major happened. Yeah,
exactly. Now, I don't think Matt is going to take wise words for that. He wants to really... And here's my favourite camera angle again. I shouldn't really keep talking about it, but I can't resist.
Yeah, and as we're looking at Anderson for some reason there, you know, it's cutting to everyone. Now, it's just trying to get rid of everyone on the camera. As we're looking at Redmore again from that helicopter-style view there, as he comes into this corner.
As no mistakes, well, apart from that, what we've just seen from Redmore there, this man is absolutely flying.
Yeah, I think it is.
This track must clearly suit his driving style. And he is a guy who likes to practice before a race weekend, so maybe the practice has got him a little bit of an advantage, but that's not really a problem. Just the drivers have got to really think of something to really catch up.
Yeah, just Willow's got a bit maybe got a bit offline there. Maybe his car wasn't stable. A hell of a lot of smoke billowing out of those tyres.
Yeah, exactly. Is now.
Probably going to aid Orange that.
Yeah, pretty much. As Willow's still got a little bit of a healthy gap, but you know, you never know. He could finally overtake him. As you know, Matt, he's probably doing what Joshua Anderson does and do a little bit of a waiting game here.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to wait and take a chance when it happens, and rather than go for it and maybe mess it up.
Yeah, exactly. He nearly messed it up, and when he had a good opportunity to, as well as looked a little bit ragged through turn one. But this thing without boost, it's clearly spread the pack out. And
it has, yeah.
So for the feature race, where do you think they'll be making pit stops?
I think feature race again. Well, I always see the halfway mark, don't I? But with a track length like this, you can't be so sure. I mean, they might pit earlier, they might pit later, and you might even see people pitting in the sprint race if it gets too long.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think for the first time this season, I'm actually not sure when the pit stops are going to be.
Yeah. So Orange now tucked up behind Willows. He's clearly must have more pace than Willows somewhere on the track. Must be through the second sector, but through the second to last corner, can he have a go on him this time?
I think he can. I think Willows has got a bit offline unseen at the camera there, but I think he's probably got it as he said to go too wide at this car. I think he's ahead.
Yes, what a move from Matt Orange. Matt Orange up into second place as they are going to start lap 11, but we are on lap 11 because Redmore's already passed the start-finish line. And Willows is not giving up though, is he? Down the straight. Can he get him tucked up behind? Is he going to get him on the outside? Side by side into turn one. As Willow's got the position. He's going a little bit sliding. Side by side. They're still side by side. Through the right-hander. And Orange makes it stick.
I think he had it briefly there. I think he had it made after that first corner. But then maybe he just didn't get his good line into the second and third. And that's where Orange thought, right, I'm going to not let you have that one too easily, mate.
Yeah, exactly. As we look at Anderson again. Definitely. Without boost, he is really struggling.
I think everyone was struggling without boost. And we'll go back to the second place fight now. But yeah, as he said, the boost has definitely helped make the races closer. If giving a slight advantage to back markers. But it's not. I wouldn't say it's quite as interesting this time around. Yeah,
exactly. Even though the boost was weak that we had, it still was effective. As it looks like Willows is not giving up. It looks like you can't make a mistake if you want to get close.
Yeah, you've got to be absolutely spot on, and that's something that is very hard to achieve.
Exactly, even with these cars as well. To go through the last corner, can Willows get him? He's got a better line from Orange there, but down the straight, has he got the slipstream on his great friend? He's not close enough, is he?
No, he isn't. Not yet, at least.
Well, we'll see. Here comes my favourite camera angle again. Through turn one they come, through here, and oh! What on earth? Orange has just lost it through turn one, and Willows nearly went with him.
I'm not sure what happened there, though. We've got to get a replay of that, and certain what happened here it is. You see, Orange comes into the corner, just doesn't get enough track, runs onto the gravel, then loses it. But I don't know how Willows lost it. Maybe he did the same thing to a lesser extent. Exactly. I'm not totally sure, to be fairly honest with you. Then Orange just had a bit of difficulty getting back on track again. But that's cost him dearly. Yeah, Willows took too much of the track. It's the opposite. They're not the dodge to avoid him, but managed to somehow keep it on the tarmac.
Yeah, he is so lucky he is. He could have joined with him, and then that could have let Titani and Anderson catch back up as we look at race leader Redmore, who's now built a healthy lead because of all the carnage that has happened behind him. He's about to start lap 13 of 21 here at Motegi, the East Course that is. So let's go through the leaderboard again. Redmore leads, Willow second, Orange third. Yes, Orange is still in third still, with Titani fourth and Anderson in fifth position. And so the tyres, is it going to be a key round this track, do you think?
It is, I think, with the increased length of the track. They're probably going to play more of a role here than they have before. But that said, they could probably still last the whole race because they are very durable tyres.
They are very good when it comes to grip. As we look at Anderson, and clearly he's having the most bad luck on this track than anybody at the moment.
He's just not had it his way this weekend, has he?
No, we're talking about the championship leader here, and he's clearly not delivered.
Yeah, I think right now we're probably approaching what would be the normal length of a sprint race, and I think that's probably having an effect. I'm not one to say that he doesn't have the stamina to get through a 40-minute race, because we've seen he does. But for a race that's supposed to be a sprint, maybe he's just used a lot of energy too early.
Yeah, exactly. Willow's going. He seems to be producing a lot of tyre smoke recently.
Yeah, I think his slightly more aggressive driving style does that. I think that's obviously the balance of the cars, the weight transfer from the corners and everything, all that. That's probably got a bit of an effect, pushing the tyres beyond the limits. But, they're still great.
Orange ain't too far behind Willow, so maybe Orange could still challenge him, as Redmore is not putting a foot wrong so far, apart from that little hitch that he had. Through turn 2, through turn 3, like a pro, even though nobody's won the championship here just yet. Through the other right, left, through there. Oh! Speaking of mistakes, he's made another one.
Well, that's the commentator's curse for you, isn't it?
Exactly. Here's a replay.
Just caught so much curb, I think.
The curb seemed a little slippy, so maybe Red Bull is pushing a little too hard. Maybe he's got this Ayrton Senna approach to things when it comes to racing. But I'm saying that for every driver for some reason. I think Willows has got, well, it looks like Redmore is a bit of a Senna.
Well,
Senna.
Get your act together.
Yeah. As Anderson goes a little bit ragged through that. Lots of drivers are getting ragged all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think, again, it's got to do with the increased race distance. I mean, we're coming up very close to the point where, a sprint race would usually end. So, we are delving into the unknown here.
Exactly. So, Redmore coming out the last corner. He's going to start lap 15, so we'll have 7 laps to go, including this one. Now we're into some unknown territory. It looks like Redmore has got this in the bag, but you never know. Like I said, there could be a twist at the end.
It could be. You always say that, and maybe there is, but I think pretty much he's got it in the bag this time, if I'm going to be brutally honest. He's just not hardly put a foot wrong, and even if he does make a mistake, he's got the pace to, recover from it as well. The battle for fourth is interesting in up itself. Yeah,
Anderson has really caught up to Totani this time, so he's clearly found some pace in that car. Could we have another 5?
We could. It's definitely plausible.
Exactly. Through the last corner, and they are a very long way behind the leaders. As Totani, just in case, looking like he's trying to get either some extra grip on his tyres, or he's just defending just in case Anderson gets too close to the back of him.
Yeah, I found it interesting how he went down the inside and then Anderson didn't follow him in the draft. I found that very interesting. Most people took up behind each other all the way, and there's lots of position changes on the main straight. I find it interesting they took 2 different lines and didn't move.
Exactly.
Maybe Anderson knows something we don't.
Yeah, because he is one of those people who is very good at thinking when people are going to make a pit stop, but we're not in a feature race, we're in a sprint race. But who knows, maybe the stewards will have to think about this. Clearly, there's another television problem. What is it with Japanese televisions?
I think I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah, exactly. Is now. Look at the battle for 4th position. Anderson looking racy indeed. He finally wants to gain a position through here.
And he's too wide.
He's gone. He's gone. His race is going from bad to worse, and I wouldn't be surprised if he packs it in very soon.
No, I don't think he's that sort of person. I think, no matter how bad the race is going, Josh is one of those people where he's thinking, you know what, I'm going to get to the end even if it kills us. Which we'd rather it didn't, but,
Yeah, we don't want a death in this sport. God, no. It looked like his suspension was a little bit wobbly as he hit the barrier.
Yeah, that's obviously caused some damage. It might rectify itself over time, but, we never really know with this, do we? I think we're now past the usual sprint race distances. Whoa. Redmore gets a bit offline there.
Yeah, Redmore, he's not thinking that everybody else apart from Redmore gets ragged. Redmore clearly gets ragged as well. So clearly these drivers are pushing through these last few laps just to get the race finished. Maybe thinking that this will be their race position, so they've got to try and hold it.
Yeah, I think fatigue's probably coming into it as well. It's a longer race distance than usual. It's a very technical, demanding track. You've got to factor that into it as well. Well, I I think there's probably going to be a couple of complaints on the team radios in a minute saying, why can't we just end the race? This has gone on far too long.
Look like Titani and Anderson got a little bit ragged there. Definitely. The race is a bit too long. And so definitely the stewards will have to think of something for the feature race, or maybe do something else. I don't know. But Redmore clearly dominating this race, clearly showing his talent. Without boost, it has clearly not affected him. He's clearly benefiting from it.
He's definitely helped that, yeah, because no one else can catch up to him quite as quickly. It's just allowed him to pull out a very, very commanding lead.
Even in Formula 1 leagues, he's not this person when it comes to Formula 1, but in GT6 leagues, this is unbelievable.
I don't know what it is. I think this maybe the slower Formula cars have just helped him. Maybe he's better in Formula 3s. I mean, these are historic Formula 3s as well. You've got to remember that. But, you know, modern Formula 3s are a lot faster and have a lot more grip. These are, you know, slightly pointier and harder to drive.
Exactly. Anderson going down the straight, and Titani now really pulling away. He looks like he's also being a bit ragged and still snaking as always. He's got some more Japanese television problems. And Willow's now, he just seems to be in a race of his own, doesn't he?
Well, as does Redmore, yeah. Willows and everyone just seems to be, I think, concentrated on getting themselves to the end now, you know. Given the race has only got a couple more laps to go, but it has gone on for a long time now, you know. I think that's got a lot to do with it.
Yeah, exactly. I think the driver's I think I heard on the radio, James Willows, even though you can't see the team radio, I think James was complaining about he's losing concentration. So clearly this race is affecting him.
Yeah, that's very much, you know, we can hear the team radio, but it's not on the broadcast. You know, it's very, very hard to, you know, must be very hard on him. It's rare that Willows should lose concentration of all people, you know. I mean, from where I'm sitting, it's a very long race. I mean, you can probably hear it as well. We're getting a lot of team radio messages recently, just complaining about tyre wear, you know, complaining about, you know, problems with the car. But I think.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you. Did Anderson make another mistake?
I think he might have. Yeah, he's just gone way offline.
He went off the track there, and what's going to happen now? He spun it again. He clearly does not like this track at all.
Yeah, he's just, maybe it's the race distance, I think, because to be fairly honest, you know, I'm just on the team radio now. He's just said, look, we need to put an end to this. It's gone on far too long.
Yeah, exactly. As he made another mistake through there, so clearly Willows is not the only one suffering from concentration issues. I think Redmore might be struggling with concentration issues, even though he is that far ahead of the track. And I think the boot really affecting down the straight now. Here is Anderson. I think he wants to salvage something from this race. Through turn number, I believe this is turn 5. And he's gone. Anderson's gone. And he looks like he's going to pack it in because he's not moving. He must have stalled it.
Yeah, he's just being lapped by Redmore now. You know, as we see the replay, he's just, no, I don't think he stalled it. I think he spun it. No, you can hear on here, he's kept the engine running. But, you know, there's one thing I know about him that he hates more than anything else, and that's being lapped. He wouldn't want to finish the race a lap down. He'd rather, yep, he's gone.
Yep, he's finished. Anderson, for the first time, has retired from IF3C. And that's going to make the championship really interesting, because if Willows stays like this, the gap will be, and I can tell you, the gap will be 12 points. So that is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, Anderson not usually want to retire from races, but I think he just had enough by that point.
Exactly.
And I'm going to...
Two laps to go.
He'll be walking straight over the steward's office, and he will be livid.
Exactly. I think he's even running to the steward's office as well.
Yeah,
maybe on a little moped, someone giving him a lift over there, telling him, go to the stewards, I need to have a word with him. Titani's made a mistake. He's now struggling with concentration. The race is getting worse for these drivers. Here's a replay, and he goes down the straight, and he's got balance issues, it looks like.
I've got no idea what's going on. I think the car just got a bit snaky there, and, you know, the length of the race, how tired the drivers are going to be, that's not helping.
Clearly, and it looks like we're looking at Redmore. He's completely dominating this race so far. It looks like he's going to take this win, but you never know, there could be a twist. But with a pace like him, that is less likely.
I think he's got this one nailed as well. Yeah, we've just seen Anderson go into the steward's office now. He looks like he's going to kill someone, to be fairly honest. He is absolutely furious with how the race has been organised.
Exactly. Redmore is going to come around the last corner, and since Tuscarora, he took his first win there, and it looks like he can't stop winning at the moment since his first one.
It's, you know, it's the hunger for more wins, isn't it?
Yep, exactly, and he's clearly a favourite to win the championship. Plus that also, he's going to really put himself in contention because he'll only be 9 points behind second place James Willows, so he is clearly a man to watch out for.
He'll have definitely thrown himself right up there, won't he?
Yep, through turn one, we're on the final lap here at Motegi of this very long race, I should say. I think the drivers are definitely getting tired and clearly do not have the energy at the moment. Clearly they need some sort of break or something must happen. And yeah, so down the straight through turn number 5, I believe this is called, or is it turn number 6? I think it's turn number 6 actually. I don't know why I keep calling it turn number 5. I keep forgetting there is a turn 1.
Maybe the length of the race has affected the commentators as well as the drivers.
Yep, we are clearly shattered. Through here now, and Matthew Redmore is definitely going to take this win, and he fully deserved it, didn't he, Josh?
Yeah,
Milton.
Yeah, he's definitely you know, he's definitely worked hard to get this win. You know, maybe he'll be able to repeat it in this feature race if there is a feature race. I don't know, it's all still to be determined, but well deserved win.
Round the final corner, and it is Matthew Redmore takes his second ever league race win. Even though in IF3C he wins the race, a dominating display from Matthew Redmore there. James Willows is going to come around the last corner to finish second place, and I think he'll be happy that this race is over. And
He'll definitely be happy.
Orange caught up to him on the last lap, but there's nothing Orange can do. There you go. And Orange spins it, so he's clearly happy that the race is over for him. And Tatane, well, I believe he's going to run out of time, and I'm afraid he is. So, it will end in a bit. So, at the end of this quite boring race, I should say, Matthew Redmore wins the race from a dominating display with James Willows in second place. Then it's Matt Orange third with Matthew Tatane, who sadly retired in 4th, Joshua Anderson, who retired in 5th position, and Grant did not start. In the Drivers' Championship, Anderson still leads, but his gap has been cut to 12 points from James Willows. Redmore has now moved up to 3rd because of his win. Tatane is in 4th, with Matt Orange still in 5th, with Grant up to 6th, Moron is in 7th, and Nella is in 8th position. So the other 6 are still yet to get off the point scoring board are Ted Nowakowski, Conan Welsh, Waze Cuba, Connor Smith, Liam Calvius and Bradley Carter. Right, let's hand back to Joseph Willis in the studio for some latest news.
So yeah, what a dominating display there from Matthew Redmore. He clearly does not want to stop winning, does he? Some news now. Now, this is some bad news. In fact, the feature race has been postponed to the second to last race meeting. The reason for this is because of the length of the sprint race. It was 21 laps and the drivers and stewards felt that the race was too long and it could not continue. As have a lot of tracks that have been cut down, especially a lot. They will be on your screen right now. Those tracks that have been had their laps cut down as well due to the fact of how long they are. And it affects the next one as well. Also, the fact with the boost not being there, the drivers and stewards felt that it was a bad idea to remove the boost as it took away the excitement. So from Belgium onwards, they're bringing back the weak boost to bring back the excitement. But it means, unfortunately, we have to leave Motegi for now. But we'll be back here at Motegi for the second to last race meeting before Brands Hatch. But yeah, that is the end of the Motegi sprint race and the end of this weekend's race. So, the next one will be in Spa-Francorchamps. The sprint race and feature race will be uploaded either this week or next week, one of the 2 weeks. But until then, no racing incidents this time. So thank you very much to all the drivers who kept it clean today. But for Matthew Redmore here at the sprint race, it's been a fantastic weekend for him. Can he keep it up? He's clearly showing he is a championship contender. But until then, I have been Joseph Willows, and I'm out. See you, sayonara, and see you in Belgium.
He's around it. What happened there?
Yeah, I don't know. I've got absolutely no idea. I just want to sorry on my end. I'm slightly behind on the broadcast because I think technical issues might have affected that. But I think he might. I don't know what's happened to Anderson though. He might have spun again. I'm not totally sure.
He just went wide through the last corner there.
Yeah.
Do you want to start again because you're a bit behind?
Oh God, not that.
IF3C is sponsored by Elgato Gaming for the best gaming quality videos.